Hello there. Antonio, hi. This pronunciation lesson is going to focus on some very strange words, a number of words which are not easy to pronounce because of their spelling. It's a little bit of a game, and it's quite funny because the poem is really a collection of very strange words. So it's all really about weird words, strange words. And so maybe we expect people to have a few problems with some of these words because there are some problem words here. But maybe we should learn some of these words because not all of these words are really so strange that we never see them. A lot of these words are just strange because they are spelt in a very strange way. So often we learn words and we learn how to pronounce them from the spellings. And if we make a mistake with that, this mistake can stick with us a long time. Words like word, word. We might look at the spelling, W-O-R-D, and we might think w-o-r-d, word, and then develop a bad habit of mispronouncing this word, word. Lots of other words are very common words like only, only, and I hear only me, or most, most. So we have a lot of words which are not so difficult but are commonly mispronounced. Some of these words, though, on the other hand, some of these words are a little bit difficult and rare. But let's see. We have some sound with this page as well, but I think we'll just read it ourselves now. So, Abulran, are you there? Abul?
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. How do you do?
I'm doing very well, thanks. We've had some strange weather though, you know, because I don't know what. Probably where you live, it's very warm. Is it warm today?
Yeah, Iraq. In Iraq, it's very warm. Summer's coming. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to the summer coming, but we've had a very strange weather system right across north of Asia, coming across from maybe Siberia, and the temperatures recently plummeted, and we had lots of very cold weather in Europe and in the north of Europe. I think so. Some people say it's unlucky, but I really wouldn't like the intense heat.
Okay.
But you're used to it, aren't you? Are you used to very hot weather?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In Iraq, the most weather is hot, especially in summer. Yeah. Winter is 3 months, and spring 1 month, but summer all the most year. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes, that's great. So let's start reading then. Tricky poems. So could you just start us off with the first 4 lines, number 1?
Okay.
Just try and read it, and then we'll see how it goes.
My pronunciation is not good.
No, well, I disagree with you, actually. I think you're being too modest. When I hear you speaking now, I think your pronunciation is excellent. But
thank you.
Pronunciation and pronounce, by the way, this is another thing. Sometimes a common mistake is to combine those 2 words, pronounce and pronunciation. One has an and one has an ow. So how do you pronounce pronunciation? But here I expect you to make mistakes. We're all going to make lots of mistakes because there are new words and there are very strange words. So let's see how it goes, and never mind.
Okay. Dearest Karcha in Croatian, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in this verse sounds like crabs, crops, horse, and worse.
You know, there's one interesting word. There were lots of mistakes, but I'm going to ask some others about this first before I go through them in detail. But there's one thing I'd like to say, because when you read one word, I've heard it read that way by almost everybody from your country. And that is this word. How did you read this word?
Verse.
Verse, yes. I hear it all the time this way, but it's not verse. Who knows how to say this word? It's about... And do you know what it means? Verse, yes, verse. The first verse. It's something about verses.
It's a little part.
A part of a song or a hymn. Verse, yes. So I'm not going to read it through just right now. I want to see if we can pass it down the line and just see quickly. We'll do some moving down the line. Andrew, can you try it next?
Okay, you mean the first, yeah?
Yeah, just read the first one because we haven't got it correct yet, and I just want to see if one of you can read it well first before me.
Okay. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I'll teach you in this verse. Sounds like horse, corpse, horse, and worse.
Yeah, so Andrew did it very well. Just a few little problems on this last line because we've got some new words. Andrew, very good. Dearest creature in creation, study English pronunciation. I will teach you in this verse. Sounds like corpse. Corpse, what's that second one? Because we've got different words which are all quite similar. For example, if you're in the army, you're in the corps, and this is corps, isn't it? And horse and worse. Let me find my dictionary. Have you got a dictionary? And look up that second word. So army, corps. Let's have a look. Can you find it? C-O-R-P-S.
You're totally right. Corps.
Corps. So it's related to body in Latin. Corps. Even in Hungarian we have corpus, and means naked. Corps. So this word corps is to do with the body, but here it's a body of men, a group of men. So that's great. We can move straight on then. And let's go to the next one. And the next reader. That was really good, Andrew. Really well done. Let's see if... but don't worry if you get it completely wrong. Don't worry, because we're going to really find this difficult. This is a little bit deliberately difficult. This is really deliberately difficult. So number 2 will go to Antonio. Hello, Antonio.
Hello. You will gain...
I put you off. See, I'm making it even harder, aren't I? Okay, yes. I will be quiet. Over to you.
Now?
Yes, please.
You will gain lust for busyness. Make your head with heat suffer dizziness. Tear in eye, your dress will tear. So shall, oh, hear my prayer.
Now, what at the end of the third line, what do you think?
Busyness?
We've got two
tear.
words. Tear in eye, your dress will...
Tear.
Tear, yes. Good work again. This word busyness is really obsolete, really, isn't it? Because the whole word business has come out, and busyness is too confusing for us to use these days. So we don't use this noun very much, busyness, from busy. because of business and tricky, isn't it? So you will gain a lust for busyness. What is a lust?
I don't know.
Craving
A
for,
desire.
a desire, like gimme, gimme, gimme. So a lust for busyness. Make your head with heat, suffer dizziness. This word order is not normal in spoken English, so I would change the words in normal spoken English. Make your head suffer dizziness with heat. So we change the word order sometimes in poems. You know, what's the man who's the Jedi leader? What's his name? Do you know this Jedi man from Star Wars?
Lucas.
No.
Yeah, you know, he has a habit of speaking in this old-fashioned word order form. Like, busy you are. Instead of you are busy, he says, busy you are. But in poems, we do this sometimes. We change the word order. So, 3. Just compare. So that will be for Fanfo. Hi.
Yes, hi. Just compare heart, beard, and heard. Dies and died, lord and word, sword and sword, retain and retain.
Okay,
Find
let me
the
read it
later
through.
how it's written.
Yeah, okay, good, thanks. Sorry, I interrupted you. But let me read it through and then you can go again. So, just compare heart, that's in my chest, heart, boom, boom, boom. Beard, that I don't have, but it would be on which part of my body? A beard.
Chin on the
Chin,
face.
yes.
Chin,
That's
yeah.
a beard. And heard. Is that heard? Like I heard, the past tense of hear.
Here.
And there is another homophone of heard, a big group of cows or something. How do you spell that?
Herd.
H-E-R-D, a herd of cows. Dies, and how do we say this word?
Diet.
Diet, Lord, and word. Word is strange because word is very often mispronounced, even though it's one of the most common words in English. Now here, we don't say were. Sword and, how do we, what's this word? I can't remember this word.
Sword. Sword.
Sword. Sword. So here we take it away, and here we don't. Retain, keep it for the retain your tickets in case we need to inspect them. Retain them. And Britain, mind the latter, how it's written. So, could you read it once more, please? So, Franco,
Sure.
try to go through it
Yes.
with all of those corrections.
Okay. Just compare heart, beard, and heard. Dies and diet, lord and word, sword and sword, retain and Britain.
So heard is the past tense of hear, and word. So remember, the rhyme of the poem helps us because we've got heard, line 1. Just compare heart, beard, and heard. Dies and diet, lord and word, like bird. Sword and sword. Retain and Britain. Mind the latter, how it's written. Good. So now 4. And the new reader. Next along the line we have Hazel. Welcome back.
Hello. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plague and ache, but be careful how you speak. Say break and stake, but bleak and streak.
Good work, yes. So now I surely will not plague you. Plaguing you is a bit like hounding you or bothering you a lot about something. I won't pester you. Now I surely will not plague you with such words as plaque and argue. No, it's not argue. It's ague, isn't it? What's that
Ague,
word?
ague.
What's that ague? Not argue.
Never heard. Never heard.
So let me see that one in the dictionary. Ague. I don't use that one every day. So maybe it should be argue. I think I'll have to look that one up because I don't know ague. I thought it was argue. Let's see how the rhyme goes. Plague you with such words as plaque and... I think I will change that to argue.
Argue. Contradict, argue.
Yes, to contradict and argue. So I'm going to edit that one. But be careful how you speak. say break and stake, but bleak and streak. Good. So, next person along the line is Igor. Welcome back.
Yes.
My friend Igor. So, you only have 2 lines though, haha. So, 2 lines for you, Igor.
Clown, own, how and low. Script, receipt, show, poem, and tone.
Now, cloven, what is that? Is it cloven or cloven? Clover, cloven, what, is there such a word?
Cloven is
Cloven.
Cloven? Is there a word
garlic,
cloven?
From garlic, if I remember well.
I know a garlic clove,
Clove.
and I'm trying to think about whether this is a clove or is it a clove? Cloven.
Cloven.
Maybe covered in cloves? Like, maybe it's if you have some part of the garden which is covered in cloves, maybe. What is it? Cloven or cloven?
Split divided
Cloven.
says in dictionary. Cloven.
Bifurcate. Bifurcate.
Defecate.
Split divided.
Divide. Right. So oven, anyway, we know that word. That's a common word. So oven is something we cook with. How and low. Script, receipt, show, poem, and toe. Tricky one. So let's go on. Igor, stay on because you have only had 2 lines, and do 6 as well, please.
Okay. Hear me say, devoid of trickery. Daughter, laughter, and chicory. Tiphoid, mistless, topsails, iceless, exiles, similes, and reviles.
Well, these words are all good, solid, normal English words, so we should learn these. So let's go through these. Hear me say, devoid of trickery. That means I'm not going to trick you. Devoid of trickery, without trickery. Hear me say, devoid of trickery, daughter, very common word. Laughter, common word. And chicory. Well, chicory is not such a common word, but we sometimes see it in some kind of drinks. I hate it, really. Do you know chicory? It's a kind of plant, isn't it? Some people mix it with coffee, but I think, ugh. Typhoid. Typhoid is a disease. Measles is another disease. Topsails. Aisles. Where do we see aisles?
In the airplane?
Yeah, in the between the seats, and in a church, and in a supermarket.
Yes.
Exiles. Similes, like as quick as a flash, and reviles. So once more through number 6, please, Igor.
Hear me say, devoid of trickery, daughter, laughter, and chicory.
When you say laughter, say f. Laughter.
Laughter, and chicory. Typhoid. Typhoid, measles, topsails, aisles.
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 That's a homophone. Without the plural at the end, it is a homophone of the contracted I will. Aisle.
Exiles, similes, and
Similes.
and reviles.
Okay, great work. So we're going to shoot through to the end. Next reader will be, after Igor, we've got Jose back. Good.
Scholar, vicar, and cigar. Solar, mica, war, and fire. One, anemone, palmoral, kitchen, lichen, laundry, laurel.
Okay, I know all of these words, I think, but let's speak about the differences between vicar, who's a churchman, and this word. How do we say these two?
Cigar.
Cigar, yes. So scholar, vicar, and cigar. Solar. Here the only question is whether to r at the end. In my accent we don't unless we need it. But sometimes there's a little r at the end, solar. But I say solar. Now what's this word though? I don't know what this is exactly. Does anyone know what that is?
Mica?
But what is it? What does that word mean?
In construction.
It's a mineral?
An electric material.
And do you know how to pronounce it?
Mica?
It looks like it should be mica, yes, but I don't know what it
Mica.
is. And war and far. One, now I know this word, anemone. 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 Now that's quite
Flower?
difficult, isn't it? It's a
Is
kind
it
of
a
thing
flower?
that grows, isn't it? Doesn't it
A
grow?
flower?
Is it a plant or an animal? What is it? It's that funny thing
Flower.
under the.
Flower.
It's a yeah, but it's under the sea, isn't it? That's a sea anemone. But maybe there is one on land. Is there a land anemone? I only know this sea anemone. Balmoral is a place, the royal family go there. Kitchen, lichen, laundry, and a laurel. Laurel is a leaf. So, is there an anemone?
It's a flower. It's a very
flower?
nice flower.
Or sea plant?
I only know the sea plant. The sea plant is very interesting, but I don't know the one that's on land. Okay, so we move on. So, Kev, are you there? Kev? Kev J, hello there. Kev, I can't hear you. Can you just say hello?
He's trying to speak, but we can't hear him.
No, I can't hear you at all. Kev?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, hello.
Oh.
Hi there.
Hi.
So, could you read this 8, please?
Yes, of course. Gertrude, German, wind amount, scene mollifying mankind.
Yes, Gertrude, I think, would have a kind of stress pattern like Gertrude. Gertrude. In English anyway, but can you... Okay, move on to 9.
Billy does not rhyme with ballet. Bouquet, wallet, mallet, chalet. Blood and flood are not like food. Mold, like
Mold,
food.
yeah. Do you know this word mold?
No.
It grows on... It's a kind of fungus, but not like a mushroom, but it just grows... a fungus which is very small and covers the surface. But doesn't really grow up too much. Well, it
On
can
wet
do, I
places.
suppose. Yes, it will always grow on wet places, and you have to keep them dry. So, or put anti-fungicide down. So, yeah, and this word mallet, I would say, like an it, wallet, mallet, chalet. So sometimes we have a kind of French way, sometimes not. Ballet does, but billet doesn't. Billet does not rhyme with ballet. Bouquet, wallet, mallet, chalet. Blood and flood are not like food, nor is mould like should or would. Whoa. So, good. Now, back to the beginning. Abul, are you there?
Yeah.
And I'll move it down for you then. Now, this one's a bit vicious. Have a go at number 10. That first word is not vicious, is it? What is it?
Which one?
The first word is not vicious, but it's another word. What is that word?
It's hard. It's hard to pronounce.
Something to do with fluid. Viscosity is the noun, I think. Viscous. Do you know this viscosity? You know oil. If you have oil, you put a stick into your oil, pull it out, and it sticks to the stick, and it takes a long time to run off, but water runs off very quickly because it's less viscous.
Okay.
Anyway, try and read it, please.
Okay. Viscous. Viscount.
Viscount. Viscount is a kind of baron, viscount. Do you know this person? Like a lord, viscount?
Yeah. Viscount, lord, and broad, toward, to forward, to reward, and,
Perfect.
and your pronunciations okay when you are correctly say quit.
Croquet, it's a game you play with a mallet. The mallet was already in the previous one. Do you know this game, croquet? It's a kind of aristocrat game, really, played on a lawn with hoops and mallets and coloured wooden balls, and you have to knock the balls through the hoops, but you can actually knock the other person's ball away. Last time I saw it played was at Cambridge University on the grass.
Yeah.
But it's a strange game, maybe from the French courts, croquet. Does anyone know the game?
Yeah. I saw.
Yeah.
From the movies.
Okay, so we'll move on to 11. That's Abdullah. So 11 for you. Are you there, Abdullah? The other Abdullah Al Ibrahim, are you there? No? So it must be back to Andrew then. There's no Abdullah here. So Andrew,
Okay.
yours.
Number 11, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Rounded, wounded, grieve and sieve. Friend and fiend, alive and live.
Yeah, I think I would say Andrew, brilliant work. Andrew's doing really well. He's getting prepared and he's getting them right. So rounded, wounded, grieve and sieve. Friend and fiend, alive and live. Yeah, tricky. Live or live? Alive and live, alive and live because sieve. We know it's live because of sieve and the rhyme. Sieve, live, and leave and live. Yeah, we know it's live because of sieve. What is a sieve, Andrew?
Sieve, you know, there is some proverb. It's like to have memory like a sieve. Have you ever heard this proverb?
Oh yes, it's very. That's a very common proverb. I know.
Yeah,
A memory,
it
I've got a
means-
memory like a sieve. Yes.
It means to have a bad memory.
And why does? Can you explain that?
That's some special kitchen equipment, yeah?
It's a kitchen implement or tool.
Implement.
Yes.
Yes, that's
And,
a kitchen
Can you
implement.
describe it? What sort of things would you sieve, and what would you use a sieve for?
You know, there are perhaps it's like a pin with lots of hole.
Lots of holes in it, like a mesh.
I'm not sure.
Let me write that word.
Small holes. We use it for flour.
Flour, yes, for flour grading, maybe making sure that all of the big lumps go through and are broken up. So a memory like a sieve means everything goes in one ear and out the other. Right. So, Andrew, try 12 as well, please. It starts with a plant.
Okay. Ivy, privy, famous, glamour, and
I think it might be privy. I'm privy to this information.
no, I've seen these words for the first time.
And you said privy. So what's privy then? Because I would
don't know.
Maybe it's
I don't
privy
know.
because I think it might be privy because I know that sometimes people say that if you have some information which you are privy to, it means private for you. You know, you have been allowed access to it, but it's not for the general public. You are privy to this information, but a privy could also be a toilet, but that's a less common word for a toilet. So I would go for privy because I don't know a word privy. So I would say
Yeah.
ivy, privy.
Yeah, you're quite right. It's pronounced like privy, yeah. Ivy, privy.
And what do you read for the next words?
Famous. Ivy, privy, famous. Glamour.
Clamour. Clamour.
Clamour.
Well, I wouldn't say. I would stress it like clamour. You know, clamour is a kind of climb up the mountainside with your hands and legs. Clamour up. Clamour. Can you find that word? Let me find it here. Clamour. It's a verb. Clamour to make a. Oh, That's a different clamour. To make a loud complaint is another one.
Yeah, noise sound.
Yeah, because I wasn't speaking about clamour, I was speaking about clamber with a B, I think. So, clamour, yeah. A loud complaint is the one we've got here. And the rest?
And enamor, clamor and enamor rhyme with hammer. River, rival, tomb, bomb, comb, doll and roll, and some and home.
Yes, river, rival, tomb, bomb, comb,
doll
and roll, and some and home. Yeah, very good. Great, so let's move along. Anna, are you there?
Hello, yes.
Hello there, hello.
Hello.
Let's go to 13.
Okay.
Yours is 13. Whoops, just a moment, just a minute. There we go.
Now. Stranger does not rhyme with anger.
Anger.
Anger. Neither does devour with clangor. Souls but foul, hound but owned. Font, front, want, want, grant, and grant. Oof, it's difficult today.
So we've got stranger does not rhyme with anger. Those are very normal words in English. Neither or neither. There's two ways of saying that. Neither, I would say neither. Does devour. Wow. Devour, eat everything up like an animal. Devour. With clangor. What's that word? I don't know this one. Let's check that one, please. What's that word? I know dropping a clangor, but that's another kind.
I don't know. What does it mean?
I don't know. Please don't say I don't know what it does it mean.
I don't know the meaning of this word.
Yeah, say something like I don't know what that means or something. I know, sorry. So, yeah, can you have a look in a dictionary for me?
Yes.
A loud noise.
Drop a clangor. It's a big noise. Yes. So it is the one I was thinking about then. I thought it might be another meaning as well. So sometimes if you drop a clangor, it means you make a big mistake. Doing. You drop a clangor, you make a big mistake. Souls but foul. Haunt but... Now this is an interesting word. This one has quite a few different ranges. So I say aunt. But as I said before, there is an American homophone with the insect ant. It's not quite a homophone, but near. So my aunt was bitten by an ant. But I say aunt, and my aunt goes with are not, contracted aunt. Aren't we? So aunt. Font on the computer, colours and things like that. Front, won't, want, grand and grant. Okay, will you run through 13 again? All the way?
Who?
Well, you've read it once, you can read it again, probably.
Me again?
Yeah, try.
Try. Stranger does not rhyme with anger. Neither does devoured with clangor. Souls but foul, hound but owned.
Get the haunts, like or, haunt.
Haunt.
Haunt, yes.
But owned, found, front, won't, want, grant, and grunt.
Perfect. Yeah, that was pretty good. Good, good. So well done. 14 will be for... that's Antonio again. Antonio,
Yes.
are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so 14 is yours.
Shoes, goes, does. Now first say finger, and then singer, jinga, linga. Real, seal, moth, gauze, gouge, and gouge. Marriage, foliage, mirage, and age.
Yeah, I think all of these words are solid, usual, normal English words, so they're useful to learn. So, of course, shoes, goes, does, those are very simple words. But this is interesting because we've got this ng sometimes that is one sound, like this, but sometimes it's not. So we've got here, it's not. Here we've got two syllables, finger, finger. Here we've got singer.
Singer.
And here we've got it back again, ginger.
Ginger.
And here we've got it the other way, linger.
Linger.
So sometimes it's one sound, like this. So singer, except if you live in Liverpool. So John Lennon, I would say, says, I'm a singer in a band. Singer. But everybody else says singer, singer. And we say finger, but he says it the same way for both. Singer. But real, zeal. Zeal, the meaning of zeal. Who has that one? Zeal. Zealous, zeal.
Very desire.
Yes. Mauve is a colour. What kind of colour is mauve?
Between blue and red.
Bluish red,
Violet,
mauve,
like
violet, yes.
Well,
Gauze. I used that in the chemistry lab when I was a kid. Some kind of gauze made of zinc with a Bunsen burner. But it could be other kind of material like that, maybe even in medicine. Gouge, what is that? It's a bit like devour, but maybe different. Can you find that word?
a tool?
Pardon?
A tool?
A tool?
Yes. With chisel or
Oh,
chisel?
no, this is like a chisel.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, because in that case, if it's a tool, then it's the tool that does this. Gouge your eyes out. It's like a claws going and pulling across your face. So maybe if it's a chisel, it will do that kind of action. But and this one is like a measurement gauge.
Okay.
And so again, it can be a noun and a verb, because you could have a verb, a noun of a thing that does it, like some kind of meter, or could measure something, and you could call it a gauge. Marriage and leaves growing in the trees or in the garden, foliage. Foliage, well, some people don't bother to split that up into foliage. They say foliage. Mirage and age. Okay, so all of those words are not too weird. So let's try 15. Next person will be Fanfo. Are you there?
Yes.
Great, thanks.
Yes. Query doesn't rhythm.
It's not query,
Rhyme
it's
with very low
query.
gas.
Query. Let's go back to start with query. Query,
Query
like
does not
yeah,
rhyme.
sorry, I'm interrupting you. We got a bit of a delay sometimes, but query and rhyme. Do you know what rhyme means, Franco?
Mm-hmm.
What does rhyme mean? R-H-Y-M-E. What does that mean? Here.
Poem or sound.
The sound at the end. So rhyme, time, they have the same kind of I'm at the end. Rhyme, time, mine. So that is rhyming. Oh, okay, start again, please. Sorry.
Query does not rhyme with very, nor does fury sound like fury. Dust, lost, post, and doth. Cloth, loath, job, no. Bosom, transom, oath.
Okay, some strange words here. So let's have a look at those strange words. We've got query. This could be like a question. Particularly, it's used in databases. A query is what you do to find some information from a database, like list all customers beginning with a credit balance or something like that. That's a query. Query does not rhyme with very, nor does fury. What is fury, everybody?
Furious. To be furious is
Yes.
to
And
be
fury is a noun.
angry.
And yes, it's like anger, fury.
Anger.
So nor does fury sound like berry. I say berry here, like a berry, a raspberry. But some people say bury, but I say berry. Dust, well, that might be Old English, like the ST ending of does. Maybe it is that one. I don't know another word, D-O-S-T, but tell me if you find one. Of course, we know lost, post, and I think this is Old English as well. Doth. It's from old forms of the word to do, as far as I see. But if you can see another word, then tell me. But I think it is the old form of she doth, she does, I dust, I do. Cloth and what's this word?
Rare.
Loth, rare, loathe. Is it? It's not loathe, as in L-O-A-T. Like I loathe that person. I really don't detest them. I loathe them. So loth. You've got a word for loth.
It's the same word.
Reluctant.
I looked in dictionary. Loath and loth.
Because I say loathe.
Yes, it's the second name of Reginald Perrin.
Yeah, yes. Reginald the rise and fall of Reginald Perrin. I'm surprised you know about that. Yes. Job, knob. Well, you have to be careful with that name. But bosom. Now that usually has a double S for me. But that's a mistake. A very common mistake. Bosom is a double S. Because I think it's never a double S, bosom. It should be bosom with a single S, but it really makes me want to write a double S. Transom, what's that mean?
Beam across a window.
Pardon?
Beam across a window.
Ah, trans, yes, trans is across.
Yes. Architectural.
It's like a frame.
It's not the lintel then. Is it? What's the difference between a transom and a lintel? Because when I'm building, I put a lintel across before putting a window in. Do you know this word lintel? L-I-N-T-E-L. I wonder if it's the same thing as a transom. Maybe a transom is the whole frame, but a lintel is just the horizontal supporting structure. I promise. So oath is a kind of promise.
Oath.
Transom, yeah. So quite a few words I don't use. Transom I've never used. So let's see if we can read a bit more. So 16, we'll go on to Hazel again.
Yes. Though the differences seem little, we say actual but virtual. Refer does not rhyme with defer. Phophor does, and zephyr hypher.
Yeah, some strange words. I really this is getting. You know, maybe I would like. I should maybe. This is not my poem, by the way. This is famous. And one thing about it is that it's stuffed full of really odd words here and there. Sometimes I would say most of the words are quite handy, but some of them here I don't know what we've ever used these for.
I don't
This
know.
is a car for me, Zephyr. I don't know any other thing, Zephyr.
Maybe a color either. A bluish color.
A colour, oh.
Is it a stone, a jewel?
A Zephyr.
Zephyr,
Maybe,
like diamond.
not like a it's not a sapphire, I know, but maybe it is. It sounds like it could be, but I don't know that word. So that might be a gemstone or something. Now, there is a word about a kind of cow called a heifer, but is that it? What is that?
A young cow.
Yeah, that is the heifer then. Heifer. Because
Zephyr
a heifer is a young cow, and I know that word, but I wouldn't have remembered how to
and
spell it.
Zephyr is a slight wind. It's not a color, my mistake.
Well, I've never heard of a zephyr, but this heifer is actually a common word. So all people will know that word in England, but they may not know how to spell it. It's very interesting spelling, because you tend to learn to spell words that you often write. And it's very interesting that there are some words which you know and hear sometimes, but you just never write. And I don't think people write the word heifer, because when they say it, they're probably in a field. I don't know. It's interesting. I would not be too sure about that spelling, but heifer. Right, so move on to 17. Who's next after you? Let's see. We've got Igor again. Hi there.
Yes. Mint, pint, tenate, and sedate.
Well, I think it's mint, pint, a pint of milk, senator, and sedate. He's very sedate at the moment. He's been sedated by the doctor. Okay.
Mint, pint, senate, and sedate. Dull, bull, bull.
Bull, yeah. And I think it wouldn't be senate, because that would sound like a verb. It would be senate.
Senate. Dull, bull, and George ate late. Cynic, Arabic, Pacific. Science, conscience, scientific.
Scientific, yeah. So that's basically good. Let me go through it once, and you can go through it again, and let's see if we can check the difficult ones. So I think it's mint. Well, that's definitely mint and pint. Senate and sedate. I'm sure it's senate. I don't know a senate verb, but I'm sure it's senate, because that's a common word. Dull, uninteresting, dull and boring. Bull, the male cow, bull. And George ate late. Scenic, Arabic, Pacific. Science, conscience, scientific. Yeah. Do you want to go through once more, Igor? Same one?
Yes. Mint, pint, senate,
Senate,
and sedate. Dull, bull, and George ate late. Scenic, Arabic, Pacific.
Pacific Ocean.
Yes. Science, conscience, scientific.
Yes, if this lesson was for a week, we could work on every single word and try to collocate them. So let me see. Mint pie. No, mint sweet. I don't know. Pint of milk. Senate. Yeah, it's quite hard work. So we haven't got time for that. So let's move on. 18. We'll go to the next reader. Is Kev. Hello, Kev.
Hello. Liberty, library, thief, heaven, Rachel, 8, Moscow, 11. We say hello, but aloud, people, give, close to the line.
Yeah, that was pretty good, but very faint. I could hardly hear you. It was so faint. So I would say liberty, library, heave and heaven. Rachel, ache, moustache, 11. We say hallowed but allowed. People, leopard, toad but vowed. So let's go back down the line. Abul, are you still waiting here?
Yeah.
Can you read through 18 nice and loudly, please?
18. Liberty.
Liberty. The Statue of Liberty was in the library.